Hey guys, Jeremy from Woodshop Tool again. Just go over a little tip on doing some small parts. Uh, so you're gonna need a couple blocks. I always recommend, I keep this block right here in my shop. It's about 12 inches long, 5.5 inches wide. I got the profile routed all the way around on 3 sides. The same profile that I use to coat the ends of these is what I have routed right here. Now this is to do little small parts, 2 3/4, 3.5 inch rail pieces for those little small narrow doors that are a pain. You'll need a little setup block like this right here with a groove in it for a blocking, and either a piece of scrap or the same width as your material that you're using for your doors. Same thickness, everything like that. Everything needs to be the same thickness so it'll clamp down right. So what I recommend on these small boards, let's just pretend this isn't cut yet, and it looks like this right here. So if you cut you a long one, let's say you've got 6 pieces that are 3.5 inches long or whatever, cut you one long enough to get all 3 pieces out of, and then run your groove in it, and then cut them to length. It's the best way to do it, because pushing these through to put your groove in is just as dangerous as anything else. So that's why I just recommend cutting these. Put you a groove in one of these, cut it to length, and you already have your groove in. Now we just need to coat the end. It's kind of reversed, but it's the best way, safest way to do it, that I like to do it here in the shop here. So first thing we need to do, you got this block here. You'll be able to do both sides. You can put it in like this. It's just reversed on the other side. So this right here, we're gonna coat that end right there. We're gonna stick this on here, get this put up against here. We're gonna take our block board and put it on the back side here and butt it up to that piece right there. Make sure these 2 pieces are up against your machine fence. This one here, all it's doing is just blocking these 2 boards in. So it doesn't need to go up against your fence. It doesn't need to go through the cutter. You can if you want it to. It doesn't matter. So we're just gonna push that up. I like to just back it off a little bit. That way it doesn't run through the cutter. Just make sure it's underneath the clamp bar. If it's in the cutter, it doesn't matter. So we'll clamp this down, and now we're ready to run that small piece through the cutter. Make sure you're up against you're parallel with your fence. You're flush up against your fence, flush here. Everything's tight, just like it is normal. The only bad thing about these little pieces, it's best to just do one at a time. You could probably do more than that, but it's just safer to do one at a time. Hopefully you don't have too many narrow doors in your project. But once that's done, you're blocked here from pushing back. This is clamped on here. You're clamped in tight across here. You're clamped down right here. So now you're blocked in. It can't move left or right. It can't push itself back from the cutter. You still want to hold a little bit just to make sure. You're clamped down. Now you're ready to run this thing through the cutter. You can run through the cutter, and you got you a little coat, little baby board right there. Pull this back over here, and you're ready to do the other end. If you want to do the other end, you just pull this to the other side right here, reverse the direction. This one, we don't need this backing block here. We can just put this up against here, like so. Slide this in right here. Butt that up against your board. Take that. You can move your air cylinder in however you need to. You want it to clamp right there. Just make sure you're going to hit it. If you want to leave it there and use your block board, you can do that, and it'll clamp down. You don't have to use your block board. You can take your cylinder, move it forward, clamp down. Now you're ready to coat the other end. We're not going to be able to go through because the machine is not on, but if it were, we would coat that other end. This tear out board is going to keep it from blowing out on this side. You got it locked into your groove here, so you're not going to blow out coming into it, and you're going to get a nice clean cut on your little small boards, and it's safe, accurate, just like the other way. So that's the way I recommend it here at Woodshop Tool. That's how I do it in my shop. We've been running one of these machines, this ST-1530, about 3 years. So I am just happy to be able to build it and get it out to you guys to increase y'all's production. Thank you.